Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode, a freezing episode in the Arctic tundra of Massachusetts. I mean, just kidding, but like not really, because it was in the negatives, and right now it's flurrying, and there's 2 feet of snow on the ground. That was quite an adventure of a weekend, snowy adventure, but I did get a few sightings. TBD if I got any lifers for the list, and was searching for raptors or anything else lingering around. Maybe some owls? Stay tuned to find out. I'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back to the Wayfaring Warbler, a YouTube channel about birding in Massachusetts, New England, and beyond.
I started my weekend over at Salisbury Beach State Reservation, where of course I ran into a flock of horned larks. Since it is an area of beaches and lots of large parking lots, it's perfect for these species who love barren, sparsely variegated grounds like the Arctic tundra. I also ran into various standard birds like mallards, black ducks, buffleheads, tree sparrows, juncos, white-throated sparrows, and cardinals. But otherwise, it wasn't all too exciting, so I decided to head over to Parker River on Plum Island, as usual. As I was driving down the refuge road, I kept an eye out for anything interesting. It was cold. This was my first time being there since 2 feet of snow had fallen the previous weekend, Sunday into Monday. So I was excited to see what it looked like after such a huge amount of snow. My true destination on this day was the Hellcat Trail, down at the end of the plowed section of the refuge road. I wanted to walk on the gravel portion, which is unplowed in the winter. So once there's this much snow, they just put the gate up and close it off. There had been reports of a rare hawk, a goshawk, which is quite rare in Massachusetts. So a bunch of people were looking for it. I was kind of looking for it. Also just wanted to go to the Pines Trail, look for small birds since I love the pine trees of that area. But as we were walking down, I was kind of with another couple on and off as we were walking near each other. We saw a younger guy who was coming back from down this way, and he told us he had just seen a snowy owl on the Lot 5 extension, which was a little bit further than where I wanted to walk. But I mean, of course, if he had just seen it 10 minutes earlier, I was hoping I would see it in the 20 minutes it took me to trudge through 2 feet of snow to get there. As you can see, it's quite difficult. Not a lot of people have walked on these trails yet, so at this point in the day in the weekend, I had to stop every couple of minutes and like catch my breath. I was hot, I was sweating, I was not as in shape as I thought I was. These stairs here, I literally had to pull myself up with my arms because it was taller than I was. Like I couldn't raise my legs that high, especially with all the clothes I wore and my equipment. But I finally got up because I was like, oh, there's a bench up there, I just want to sit down. Never did I think it would be this difficult to get up here in the summer when it's easy. But I heard he said it was at the end, a snowy owl. So I got up, looked around. He was right there. Note, this is zoomed in and cropped heavily with my 600mm lens. He was so beautiful, gorgeous. Got a few minutes looking at him. The other people joined me. And we all enjoyed the short few moments we got to see and experience this wonderful species. At a great distance, of course. Until he crawled down the dune and just moments later flew away, which I missed because he was out of sight and we were going down the boardwalk again, hoping maybe we could see him from the other angle since he had crawled down, but he was in a place we couldn't have seen him otherwise.
Did we mention this was so hard? Oh my god. 2 feet of snow? Let this be my last will and testament should I not make it back, because oh my god.
I then headed up into the Pines Trail, my original destination, hoping to see some small birds, anything interesting. I mean, this is where eruptive finches would go, so it's kind of always where I want to check out. As I fought my way through the snow, I did see a couple birds that I didn't get a photograph of. I saw northern flicker very briefly, and I may have seen a hermit thrush. I'm not really sure what that second bird was. I got a very brief glimpse, but I wasn't able to relocate them. On the way out, I did see this raptor, bright white underside, high in the sky. I wasn't sure at the time because I need to improve my raptor skills, but it was a red-tailed hawk, which I thought maybe it could be because look at that patch across his breast. That is indicative of a red-tailed hawk. You don't see the red tail except on the other side of him, but that chest stripe, it's not really a stripe, but that band across his chest is what gives him away. But it's a great picture. Well, look at those eyes. Now, apparently they did see the Gull hawk in this area, maybe when I was looking at that hawk, but oh well, I didn't see it, so I was kind of too tired at this point anyway to care, so oh well, we'll see it, hopefully, again, another time, maybe when I can walk through the snow better. I am tired. There's two pretty male cardinals right in front of me right now. Gorgeous red against the gray and white landscape right now with all the snow and bare trees. Yeah, it's cold out, so unlikely we're gonna get anything great because it's hard. You can't really bird too well when in lots of snow. It limits your mobility to find things. So yeah, we're gonna take what we can get, and if I get some raptors, that'd be great. I then decided to head back up the refuge toward lot 1, and then as I was near maybe lot 2, I saw some swooping of like a harrier or some birds, and then all of a sudden we were on an owl chase. He landed right in front of me in the tree, but by the time I got out, he flew away. So then I hopped back in quickly, and look, I found him. So now you can watch how a chase goes. All these people all of a sudden show up. Everyone takes brief pauses parking. More cars come. Everyone has their cameras out. It's just like everyone freaks out. And he was right there. Still a safe distance from the road. But amazing perch. It was such a great find, and I was right there. So that was so exciting. This is how you gotta hunt the owls. You can't just stand there waiting for them. It's kind of like a luck. I always have my best luck when I just happen to see them flying, and like sometimes they're right there alongside the road. And you just stay on them. Try not to drive too fast while keeping up with them. But obey the speed limit. And then he took off, unfortunately the other direction, but like, this is such a cool picture. It came out. Even though you can't see his face. I mean, look at those legs. The butt. the wings. And you just see his power in this. Flying away. So cool. I don't think I can get sick of or tired of photographing these owls. I mean, at this point, I'd rather get photos than video, so sorry. Look at his feet there. They're like tucked in him. Just gorgeous. After that, I was slowly driving around the refuge and looking for anything, and I came across this purple finch. Again, another female. But I got some great looks, even though I was looking right into the sun. Feeding on these berries in a tree. I always just love these finches. And there she is again. So compared to house finches, they're a lot darker, so they just stand out. I don't know. I've been able to identify them females like really easy every time I see them. It's just a dark striping. And then, of course, I don't know if it's rare right now, but I did see the catbird that's been hanging around the refuge. But of course, I got this super out of focus picture, and I got a couple pictures that are both out of focus, so But there's so many later on this season that I'm not too worried that I can't count this on my list just yet. So I decided, okay, well, then it's near the end of the day. I'll drive out, see if I see anything. Maybe I'll head to Salisbury again, see if there's any raptors there. And then I saw a huge group of people on the Plum Island Turnpike Bridge. So, of course, I had to stop and see what they were looking for. There was a short-eared owl in the brush, like in the marsh right in front of us, and we were waiting for him to come out. But in the meantime, we saw this cool bald eagle fly right over us. I didn't see him until he was kind of already past, but still got a couple cool shots. Beautiful bird, of course, and I've been seeing so many this winter. Then he perched in front of us on this, I guess, bent over tree. So that was a cool picture. A little far, but still a cool picture. Still got some detail in those feathers. And the sun was setting. It was pretty. I mean, look at that. I think it was the day before the full moon. Yeah, but it was nice to see the sunset as we were waiting. But unfortunately, the owl never came out and I started losing feeling in my toes, so I had to leave. Next morning, I decided to start my day at Plum Island once again. It was snowing a little bit here. And it was also a lot windier that day. But I was like, maybe I can go look for the goshawk again. Maybe another snowy owl will appear. But let's go try that trail again. Hopefully by this point, more people had packed it down. So yeah, I walked over to the Pines Trail. It was much easier today. Didn't have to take 2,000 breaks. Still not easy. Still ordered snowshoes. But I got this cool picture of a junco. Look at the snow flying behind him. And then later on, I was driving around the refuge. I got this video of a blue jay. This is the spot I saw the cardinals yesterday, and yeah, there's still cardinals here then. I believe that's where the blue jay was too. I also ran into some cedar waxwings, which I didn't see them the day before, but they were kind of in the area they have been. Also, it was the astronomical high tide because of the full moon. And with the snow, the water was just beautiful. It was like such a turquoise blue color on the snow. I did run into this black back gull, great black back gull, our biggest gull. And then all of a sudden he started diving and I was getting pictures. And I didn't know at the time, but when reviewing my pictures, I saw that he had food in his mouth, and it looks like a little mouse, vole, something. I don't really know what a vole looks like in comparison to a mouse. I think they look similar. So, but look at that. Oh my God. I can't believe I got a picture of this. Oh, poor little creature. And a gull eating it? I mean, I expected a hawk, but I mean, when I looked it up, I guess they eat small mammals too, so it makes sense. I also got this picture. In front is an American black duck, and in back is a mallard. I guess it doesn't show you as well here, but the black duck is a lot bigger than the mallard, and I thought that was a good comparison of the two. I then headed back to Salisbury Beach once again, and of course found some horned larks. Had a little photo shoot with them, as I do every time I see them. They've been hanging out near the boat ramp recently, this weekend, I guess. I also checked out the area where the bird seed's normally thrown, and got a cute picture of this song sparrow. I think I need to do like a social media post with all of my favorite pictures of song sparrows. And then I went to check out the gulls. Now that I'm kind of understanding gulls more, I looked for anything interesting, and I did come across a lifer, and a first bird of the year, of course, goes with a lifer, but this is an Iceland gull. According to Sibley, it averages slightly smaller and daintier than herring gull, usually with mostly pale wingtips, and it has a darker bill. It nests in the Arctic and winters as far south as Massachusetts. It is uncommon in Essex County, but not rare.
So I decided to stop at Ipswich River this Sunday afternoon because it's windy out. I went to Park River and then I went over to Salisbury Beach, and I mean, I did get a one lifer and one for the year list at Salisbury Beach, but otherwise it wasn't too eventful. So it was either call it a day or spend an hour or two at Ipswich River. Ooh, hold on, I see an eagle. I just did the eagle equivalent of squirrel. Actually, it was a turkey vulture. I don't know if that's on my life list, but if it is, we're gonna add it. Not my life list, my year list.
Narrator, it was in fact not on her year list. So this is a turkey vulture, indicated by the white wingtips, extensive white wingtips, and fantail.
But anyway, I'm doing a stakeout in the same area where I saw the winter wren last time. I have seen the winter wren a few times now, but not like good enough so I could get a photo. I brought my monopod because I'm using it as a walking stick so I don't fall flat on my face walking through the snow or sprain my ankle, which I tend to do. So I'll give me more stable videos if I see anything, but we're waiting for him to come back out. I also saw a goldfinch once again. Of course, my camera battery died just as I was about to take the picture. So we're gonna sit here for a while because I have the time to do it, and it's a pretty lucrative area. I've seen several different birds, just haven't got any good photos yet. So stay tuned, we'll see.
Frustratingly, I didn't get many good photos, but I get to get a few videos. But I saw this stuffed titmouse that just was dying for a picture, and a white-breasted nuthatch. You know, two standards. And then I was videoing myself feeding the birds, and I accidentally did it on slow-mo, so enjoy. Made sure to check the feeders at the visitor center because a couple flock sparrows have been seen, but no luck before or after my walk. I saw a house sparrow here, a few standard white-throated sparrow, song sparrow, juncos, but I found some bluebirds. Year list edition, excellent, unexpected. Oh, I love bluebirds. They're so pretty. I wish I got them at my bird feeder. As I was leaving, I heard a beautiful sound. Unfortunately, can't add it to the life list, but listen. Well, that's another episode. It's now golden hour and the sun is setting. Enjoy the sunset, and I will see you next time.
If you enjoyed wandering with me today, give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to keep following where the birds lead next. Thanks for watching. Until next time.